Praise God. I give honor to God who's the head of my life, to the first lady and the bishop, to the church, and all the mothers and all family and friends. I call y'all my family and friends. I thank God for all you guys. I love our home church. I pray for y'all every day, because I love you. But I got up to testify. My husband sold 6 cars in one day, y'all. He had anticipated that they were going to be really busy. He only set three appointments. And he said, baby, he tried to get Corey Dog to go to work because he knew I wasn't feeling well. But she had her own thing going. But long story short, I got dressed, and we both got dressed, and we took hands and prayed, and it touched my heart the way he was praying. And I was like, it just melted my heart. And I was like, God, I said, bless him. I said, bless him, Lord, because he was anticipating the day, and he was like, God, I need your help. He said, I want to get everything done and come in that place. I want you to move and do what you do. So we prayed, and he went to work. And then I got dressed, and then I took care of business. Then I went to work with him. I went to work with him all day, y'all. Whew, that man works, and he really be giving God glory. He works really hard. I said, baby, I respect your game. I said, I respect your hustle, because he was going back and forth, and he had all kind of people coming in and back and forth. And I was there to help him, of course, but what I was doing, I was like, I ain't really doing nothing. This man was going, everybody was standing, you could see people being jealous. They were standing around. One girl said, she said, is he the only car salesman here? I said, no. I said, we got, so ain't nobody else's office. It was so funny. She said, he's the only car. I said, no, he's not the only one here. I said, because, I said, my husband, he's really, oriented by blessing people, helping people, and the word of mouth. I said, we always give God glory, we always give God praise. And while he was there, he was talking about God. He was talking about inviting people to church and everything, and saying God will make a way and everything. And he was like, look at God. He gave God praise for each person that he got through. I just want to give him flowers today and tell him how hard he worked and how blessed he sold 6 cars in one day. I was amazed. I think that's your rate. Is that a record you broke? Yeah. And so I just want to give God praise for that. I want to give God praise for what he's done in my daughter's life and everyone's life. Y'all pray for me as I go strong the Lord. Amen. Jesus name is the devil's down. I got the power. Jesus name is the devil's down. I got the victory. Jesus name is the devil's down. Great celebration. Jesus Christ is God of me.
Hey everybody.
Hey.
I get a little break. I get somebody.
What am I gonna get? Wow.
Oh.
That should work something. Look.
Y'all talking. Now I just want to give God praise because, I just want to, encourage y'all and lift you up and let you know that, God is real, which we all know. But, some people just need to hear the goodness of God, and this past month or two, I've been witnessing the power of God and the favor of God. And, first I want to start off, I told my testimony Friday, I think last week, and about my sleep condition that I had. And basically, I had sleep apnea, and I wasn't resting, I wasn't, getting enough sleep, and I was waking up 5 to 6 times a night to pee. Basically, I would stop breathing in my sleep, and I would jump up immediately out of my sleep because that was my body telling me I need to breathe and wake up. So I would pee all through the night. To make a long story short, I had to be at work at 4 or 5, in the morning, and I was just going to work tired and sluggish, and I couldn't concentrate. Everywhere I sat down, I would fall asleep. I would pull up in my driveway, mind y'all, and I would fall asleep. My energy was so low to where I would fall asleep sitting in my own driveway. So, God, used Stephanie. She works at the clinic, and I tried before to get help about it, and they just kind of just brushed it off and said I wasn't in the system and all that. So I just brushed it off. So up until the end of the last year, the symptoms just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So finally I got the help that I needed and took a sleep study, and they told me, how bad my results were and all that, and, told me how I was alive and how I made it this long, and said that my oxygen level was near death. Wow. So that explains that, my organs and, everything was rested. Right. But I just praise God that, it was But, I kept hearing through my family, you get that machine, blah, 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 you be rested, you be energized. I just brushed it off. But, I praise God that He worked, He blessed me with the CPAP machine. And I have so much energy. My concentration is better, I'm focused, I'm not tired. I don't fall asleep no more until I'm ready to go to bed. I don't snore either. It was pretty serious, and now it's like it's a difference between night and day. Wow. Like, night and day. I have so much energy. I feel like I'm 25 instead of 55. I just praise God that He kept me from time I was born until now, and I didn't even know that it was that serious at all. I just want to thank God on that. My second testimony, which is going to be part of it, I want my parents to come up here, mom and dad. Yeah. Stand in front. Now, I just want to give y'all appreciation and God as well. A couple months back, I was trying to sell the Challenger. I don't know if y'all remember that. I came up here, got prayer, didn't know how it was going to work, blah, blah, blah. So, God, used my parents, and, I asked them for help, and they came through. And I just want to give y'all praise, and y'all showed y'all love in my time of need. And, me and my wife was talking, he was like, this car though is too much, we can't, we trying to get a house. So, with that being said, I want to be free of that debt. Right. So, I asked my parents, my dad, he's doing, they doing all they can to get me out of it. Basically, I had the match, y'all. It sat up for 2 years. And I didn't have it fixed. And, it's just a testimony all the way around. My dad got favored, and he has a mechanic. And the job that I got done, it was $2,800 worth of work. And my dad got it done for $8. Right. It was that much money and get it down to $8. And I was happy about that. And my other testimony is that, I know it's small, but I was praying, all this time and praying about it, this situation. And I had to get my tag and insurance. And it was like $355 that day. And I was talking to my grandpa. He was like, grandson, just have faith, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna get your tag and insurance. I didn't see it was the wait. It was 40, they closed at 425. So mind y'all, I was rushing to get everything done, and God let me make it at like 4:28. It was like, as long as you get there and the doors ain't locked, we'll let you in. It was just a blessing because I was praying. I was like, Lord, please, I need this, and all that. And He blessed me to get my tag and insurance on the vehicle. So, I'm just thanking God, man, because it's just His favor, man. When God is in something, it just flows, and it's just, I'm just thankful for it. And I just want to give my parents props and tell you I love you, and thank you for all y'all doing. And my dad's, my mom and my dad, especially my dad, he's a giver, y'all. I've seen him. Bless the people, he's in the farm business, and he would come back and tell me, so. And I wanted to tell my wife's testimony, but she's shy. But she been, come up here, Corey. Come on. You gotta say that.
Come on up in here, girl.
Amen. Thank God for Corey. She ain't had to quit. She ain't had to get fired. They laid her off. But I'm telling you, that girl is cold with some brushes. Y'all with me? I don't even wear makeup. But every time I have an event, I'm in plays and different things like that, this is the only one that touched my face. That baby blessed with some brushes. You got an event, say the house is prom or whatever. Y'all let her touch your face and bless you. Amen? And not only did He handle that job situation, He gave her heart's desire and put her in a salon, a studio. Y'all know that's the favor of God. Somebody called you and reached out to you. That you ain't even gotta go look for it. That's when you know it's the favor of God. We serve a miraculous God. There is nothing. Somebody say, look at your neighbor. Say, neighbor. There is nothing too hard for God. I'm getting this mic to Tyler, but I want to say, I ain't never thought I'd sell no tea and make as much money as I made selling some tea. See, I was anxious. God said, do the tea. I told my husband about it, and I had no idea it was going to do what it's doing. I give God praise and glory. So many blessings have come from that. People just, someone sees. Mom, I'm telling the truth. Somebody called me, told me to come over to your house, and they bought $100 worth of tea. Am I telling the truth? $100 worth, a case of tea, and then they put, was it $200 or $300 in my hand? I don't remember if it was $200